Hello.
Hello. Is anyone out there?
It's a mom's night out.
We are so excited to share our new partnership and one of our new favorite places. It's Glow Bar. If you haven't heard of them, they are express, well, I guess not too express, 30-minute custom facials. They just opened in Linfield, our town, but they are located everywhere. If you're in Massachusetts, they have one in Chestnut Hill, Back Bay. They're opening one in Hingham. They're all over New York City. And it was just a great experience.
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. The facials can include treatments such as dermaplaning, manual extractions, cavitation, chemical peels, high frequency, microcurrent, and LED light therapy at no additional charges. Guys, I hate when you get a facial and they're trying to add on things.
No, It's ridiculous. Like a dermaplane can be like $80. I'm like, wait, excuse me?
No, thank you. I know. I left with the most glowy skin. And by the way, it lasted for weeks, which is not always the case with some of the facials that I'm getting.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Yeah.
And, 30 minutes, sometimes it's hard to find time for yourself. And 30 minutes was the perfect amount of time. You go in, felt relaxing. I absolutely loved it.
And the whole thing is it's membership based. So you pay a monthly membership fee and you can go once a month for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Moms, we love set it and forget it. This one's easy.
This one's it. But if you can't do commitment, they also have 3, 6, 9-month packages too, and you can do single facials. Ooh. And that's what we want to share with you guys. We do have a code MNO10 for $10 off your first facial. So go to glowbar.com, find your location, and book it.
Also, check out our Instagram because we have a reel with them.
Yes. You can see our glowing skin.
You're welcome.
Hello? Is this thing on?
I think we should mention this is kind of an off-the-cuff recording. This was unplanned.
I feel really uncomfortable.
Oh, no.
I don't have an outline.
Girl.
I have not looked at the outline.
Oh, you're basically like me and Jen.
Yeah,
this is what it's welcome to our lives.
Mom's night out.
But you guys
in the car right here, quickly going through it.
But I'm dying because they were like, should we just record again, like a second episode? And my answer was, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush.
Whatever the fuck that
like actually, I was like,
you
what?
guys have never heard that?
No.
Also, sorry that I keep swearing. It's just
so you guys. Like having a sure thing, like a bird in the hand, is better than waiting to shoot 2 that are in the bush.
Okay,
so
isms. Isms.
Take 1. It's a sure thing versus throwing it back.
I mean,
like the people on like those shows, like
pushing a rock up a hill, like there's egg on your face.
No, what's the thing that Meghan Markle was on, the briefcase one? Or like all those shows where they're like, you have $95,000, or do you want to throw back to 3 briefcases and maybe get $1 or $2 million?
People go back to the 3 briefcases. Mandy, we know you're low risk. But there's some risk takers out there.
A bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush.
All right, so we were here, so we might as well do it. And you know what? We have a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Yes, we do. Okay, first on the list.
This is how to make me really uncomfortable.
I die. Guys, she's back. Do you know who I'm talking about? Rachel Zoe.
I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, I think every millennial is obsessed with her.
What show is she coming back to?
Well, no, she's making an entry onto Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
So she used to have her own show
called Rachel Zoe
on Bravo.
Yes.
Right? Yep, it was on Bravo.
It was actually before Real Housewives.
It
or
was
maybe the same year.
It was like new reality TV, and it was really good.
So good.
I'm obsessed with her style.
Yes.
It's so cool.
Yep.
So chic.
I have a confession.
What? You don't know who she is?
No, I know who she is, but I have a confession because I've been listening to how we've been talking about Real Housewives and Gen NYC or whatever. I'm taking a break from reality TV. I don't know if I'm going to watch it.
So actually,
I don't believe you.
I agree. I too am taking a break from reality TV, but this might bring me back. Like Andy Cohen, well played. So
okay,
she is really, truly, yeah. Like
I bet they had to pay her a boatload of money.
I also like her relationship with her husband, whose name is slipping my mind right now. but
They're divorced now,
they
right?
got a divorce. So she's going to be like showing a new side of her.
Okay, question. Who do you think is going to be her best friend immediately on the show? On Beverly Hills, she's coming to.
Probably Dorit.
That's
No.
what I thought.
Oh, you think?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be
Or
Bose.
Bose. Bose and Dorit are like package deal. It's
Oh,
going to be
maybe
like,
you're right.
they're going to
Okay.
be
All
like
three.
the power couple,
Yes.
the power trio,
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You have to keep me informed.
Oh my God, wait. I can thread the needle with the power trio.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're going to go like a little off the, off the cuff. You're welcome, Mandy. Okay. We're talking about friendship trios tonight.
Oh, I love it.
Playdates and communal kid discipline, just a little precursor. But friendship trios, we actually had a listener write into our website, which made me so happy and
We've
excited.
been getting a lot of,
I know.
I know.
a lot of, I love it.
A lot of
been
traction
getting-
on the website.
Right? A lot of website traction, which is so cool. Please do this. Please write in. It's actually an amazing way that you can write in fully anonymously, and we would never know who you are. You could make up a name, make
Yeah,
up an
that's
email, and write in. The haters, if you're a hater, you could hate mail us there too.
Don't suggest that.
Actually, no.
I don't want to see it.
I think
Yes.
it would be fun to read hate mail.
Do you know on like
If you
Jimmy
don't like
Fallon
us, right?
or like
Yeah.
the night shows that they do like
Yes.
you're reading like bad tweets about yourself?
You're like, Mom's night out smells like poop. That's what my kids would say.
Cool.
That's my kid, by the way.
smell like a nice
I'm
vanilla
going all over the
perfume.
place, but that's what my kids say. Like when they're like trying to like nag each other, they're like, "You smell
But
like
please,
poop."
please don't send in hate mail.
Okay, but we had a listener write in all seriousness, to the website, and I'm going to read you her prompt. So she said, "Hey gals, a close friend of mine is in a 3-person friend group with 2 other moms in her neighborhood. She has noticed more recently that the other 2 often get together and do not invite her. She doesn't know why. She feels the need to hang as a trio and keep the peace because they live in such close proximity, but she is also over the dynamic and being the inclusive one. So my request is, how do the friendship trios work successfully based on your friendship experience? And do you guys hang one-on-one with each other too? Thanks." Okay, so
Lot
let's
to unpack there.
Yeah, so let's
Yeah.
unpack this. So how does the friendship trio work successfully? Anyone want to give their thoughts?
Openness.
Yeah.
Love?
Communication.
Yeah. I also don't think you need to come as a package deal or like always 3
Yeah.
hang out. Like, and I want to rewind a little bit. The part that makes me in this email notice that there's definitely a problem is the friend of the friend is noticing that there is a divide in
I
the
know.
trio.
She wrote it.
And
her
that-
friend wrote in for her. That
and
was
that-
cute.
Yeah.
That's tough. Like if that one friend is the part of the what was the trio and there's 2 always hanging out,
Yeah.
that can be tough.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. So I think like my first question would be, if this is a common theme of one person being left out and she feels hurt,
Yeah.
like I think she should say something to her
Yes.
friends.
And there's been times where, like, if you guys can hang out, we hang out. It's like you're always like, "Oh, I wish I could come," or like, "Oh, I kind of feel left out." It's like, I think we can say that to each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also,
I think
Yeah.
I think you have to be able to say something. And
I sorry not to cut you off, but I also think 3s can be a crowd. That is a
Yes.
saying that is true.
yeah.
3 is
3
tough.
is a crowd. So like if she's feeling this way, like she should not feel like, one, she should say something. And if nothing changes, if they're not open and receptive to it, she should go to another
Go
neighbor.
find some
Go find
new
another-
friends. She should move and buy a new house.
If they're not like, "Oh my
Move out of the
gosh, I'm
neighborhood."
so
I'm just
sorry.
kidding.
Like I didn't see it that
I
way.
agree.
Like that.
I
Like
think
we've
she has
had
to
that
say- I think she
She
conversation
has
to
to
with
say
each
figure
other.
that
something.
out. She has to say
Yeah.
something. If it changes,
Yeah.
great. And maybe they didn't know that they were doing that. Let's
Yeah.
give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
We always err on that. Right? Like a lot
Yeah.
of times people are in their own fucking world and they're not paying attention.
Agree.
And so if she sees
Sure.
something and it doesn't change, but if this is like a continual pattern and they're doing it on purpose, girl,
Yeah.
get some new friends.
Yeah.
Move neighborhoods. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to move.
No.
We don't live in the same neighborhood, but like go get some new friends.
Go some new friends,
there's
and then
plenty
show
of people
them
who would
Big town.
right?
Wherever you live, there's got to be more mom
Dude,
friends.
there's
or
a mom
just
out there.
But I
girlfriends
did-
or
And FUCK those ladies for leaving
I
you
did
out.
read
That's
this,
rude.
and my heart dropped into my stomach because it almost felt like
I agree.
a little bit of a mean girl situation there.
I agree with you with that statement.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I feel for her. I was gonna say, I know you said 3's a crowd. I do think it can work. Like I do,
Oh.
it can be hard, but like
Yeah.
it works with us. And I do think, we're open. And by the way, you guys have done stuff without me, like not on purpose leaving me out. And we've done stuff without you.
Yeah,
like
we've done
I've done
stuff, you've
something
done
with
stuff.
Jen. Like you've been away. I've gone to Jen's house. Me and you have gone and done like a mom's weekend when Jen
But
was away.
I also
Yeah.
think we can be honest and be like, I'm
I
gonna
felt
feel left out.
Yeah.
Also, and, like
Yeah.
we've all had like our
That's
little
what I mean.
tips with each other, and
Yeah.
then it's like you.
You work
Come back.
through it.
I think we now know each other enough that we're able to be like, hey, sorry, I didn't mean that,
Oh,
or
sorry, I was a
wow,
raging bitch earlier.
like I think
yeah.
we've been friends for long enough that we can work through it,
I
and maybe
agree.
this is like also like a new friendship or surface level because
yeah,
you need what 70 hours
yeah.
Oh
of
my
hanging
God,
out
that's
with
right.
somebody.
Mandy
Way
and
to pull that
Mandy
out,
and
Mandy.
Mandy and I had a tough period in our friendship when we were getting to know each
There
other.
are a
and
lot of tough.
figuring each other out. Like she'd be like, "Whoa," and I'd be like, "What?" Like we still every now and then we'll have a tough moment. But to your point,
I just
we know
go like this.
we know each other now though. Like
Yeah.
And so like usually it has nothing to do with my feelings towards Mandy or my feelings towards Jen or vice versa. It's normally like you're going through something. So when you have a friendship with someone, you should be able to easily work through conflict. And I think if you're finding you have a ton of conflict with someone, it's probably not the right friend. That's just my personal opinion.
I also think trust your gut. If you're feeling kind of weird about this friend trio, I think trust your gut.
Agree.
Yeah.
Agree.
Okay.
Right?
Speaking of friend trios and friends,
Oh, wow.
let's talk about Playdates.
Oh,
Okay, we had another listener. Guys, this like makes me so giddy and excited. Sorry,
Marcina
that-
are so excited.
that
I don't even
people-
know where we're going because I have no idea what the episode is.
People-
I am blind.
People are writing in, and so we had an amazing listener that we know. Shout out to her, write in and ask us to talk about Playdates. And so we asked her to elaborate. I was like, "What do you mean? Like, what about Playdates?" And so, she told us she really wants to get this right. She wants to get Playdates right as a mom. She has 3 kids, and she is feeling so anxious about Playdates. So, girl, I feel you. And she used an example. She was like, "What do you do when your kid catches you off guard at the field, for sports, and proposes a play date with a kid and parents that you barely know?
Oh, yeah.
Make
Barely
every
know.
excuse in the world and run away."
Well, no, you're just like, let's make in front of the parents. You can be like, which I've done. Let's make a plan.
That's my
Not today. It doesn't work today.
Yeah,
but
we
can make a
can't
plan.
today, but let's make a plan.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
And then do your research.
I agree. I also feel like this is multifaceted. It depends on how old your kids are.
Yes.
Yes. Oh.
So like
for sure.
obviously like if you have an 8-year-old, you
talking
might feel
8-year-olds.
more
Yeah.
comfortable being like, okay, let's make a plan. And then you make a plan.
I'm sorry, kindergarten and below. Ellie asked me on a probably every other day basis for a play date with certain kids in our class. And I'm like,
I can't.
I can't.
know. I
don't have the space.
I actually agree with that statement.
In my
When
mind.
when the kids are younger, I think play dates are very difficult.
Well, they include the parent.
Agree.
Well, yeah.
But
so,
I'm just
yeah.
making sure that that's like, I mean, I think that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
For me, my 5-year-old, it's when, if we
Yeah, I
invite
would have
somebody
to
over,
go- I'd have
or
to
we
have the
go
parent-
somewhere, I have,
So
And
that's
I can't do that right now.
so that
That's
was the
what's going
question.
on.
Yeah. So that was a question. So it was like, do you stay? Do you drop off?
Oh, with a 5-year-old, you stay.
So I
Yeah.
think for certain ages, you stay if you don't know the parents. Like I would drop my 5-year-old at your house,
just gonna
at your
say.
house.
True. It's if I know them, if I'm a friend, if I know them.
Yeah.
But a complete person
No.
who I don't know.
Even birthday parties,
Absolutely not.
I stay for my 5-year-old.
Yeah, the world's a crazy place. I don't trust anybody.
So I think, girl, you got to stay at the younger kids, like kindergarten and younger. You're staying at those play dates. And you have to hang out with that parent. And that can be tough because it can be really awkward. Right?
Yeah.
You just got to hope it's a nice day. You can sit outside. The kids are running around outside.
I would say meet at
like a park.
a park.
Yeah, that's a great first.
Meet somewhere for a play date.
I like that.
Right?
Feel them out.
Yeah. I mean, a new friend that I've gotten to know, a friend of Presley's, I love her mom and now we're friends and I genuinely like her, but we met at a movie date for like one of the first play dates and they're in 2nd grade and we both stayed with them.
Yeah.
But we like went to the movie, we grabbed lunch, like it was super fun.
That's cute.
It worked out, but it could have, if like she wasn't cool, it could have been really
And I was going to say, that sounds like a long one. I would also keep it short.
Yeah.
Like 90 minutes and test the waters. You're like,
I agree.
okay.
In a communal place.
Yeah. Or like even with my 8-year-old who I've started doing like, I drop her off somewhere, I'll have a kid over with no parent to my house. I keep them short at first to see like, what's the kid dynamic going to be?
Yeah. Okay.
I know my child, what's the other child's going to be like?
Yeah. She asked about that too. She asked like, how long are play dates? So I love that advice.
Yeah.
Keep them short. I would say maximum is 2 hours.
Yeah.
Maximum. Also, I'm gonna be honest. Personally, everyone listening is probably like, this lady has never invited me over for a play date. That is true. I am not good at hosting play dates. It makes me anxious.
It's too hard to plan it.
I don't like it. No, it makes me uncomfortable and I don't know what that is. I know a million moms, shout out to those moms who are always offering to grab my daughter and have her come over. And I admire those moms because I wish I was that way.
Yeah.
So I also think like, know your strength. Like if you don't feel comfortable hosting, every now and then you can, and with someone that you know and feel comfortable with. But I don't think you have to like force play dates.
No.
And I like keep it short, 1.5 hours.
Yeah.
Hour, give a pickup date, be like, okay, come grab the kid at 2:30.
Yep.
Set an end date.
The other thing, this was probably like 1.5 years ago when we first started having play dates. I didn't even think about this, but I was dropping Ava off and the mom was like, are there any allergies? And I was like, no, but oh my God, that's got to add a whole new wrinkle.
I know. That was a great reminder that I think if you have an allergy prone kid,
you would tell them.
But it's a good reminder that you have to be careful of that, right? Because like I have a pantry full of snacks and my kids
Nuts,
go in and out.
Cocoa, everything.
So that definitely adds another layer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think set a timeline, know your strengths. Don't feel like you have to host them if you don't love them.
Also, when the kids are younger, like I'm talking like 4 and below.
Yeah.
Your play dates are actually to meet the parents.
Right.
That's actually,
I agree.
I think
I agree with you.
How we really started to meet. It was like, and that's how our like kids all became friends. We would hang out and call it like we're all getting the kids together. But
I agree.
Yeah.
So you can do it twofold.
I agree with
Use
that.
it a way to meet other parents, but
also,
eventually it shifts for your kids.
Check out like, if you don't want to be the initiator, I bet you in your town there's a lot of stuff happening where families are like meeting up at the park, especially now that it's nice out. Like I've gotten my daughter's preschool classroom is doing that. The daycare parents are doing that, and like, you know, it's like the
meetups.
Luckily for all of us is you get to choose which ones you want to go to. You're like, I don't like those people. Like I'm not going to that.
You do a drive-by.
I know. You're like, no, thank you. Like, and then the other one, you're like, great, I'll bring popsicles. Like it'll be a great time. Like I don't know. So there's like a lot of opportunities where you don't have to like have people in your home.
I also think I'm pretty open where I'm like, hey, does so-and-so want to come? Please feel free to stay.
Oh,
we can drink wine or we can hang out, but also you could drop them off and leave. I always throw that out there.
Yeah.
In case someone's feeling like, oh, I want to stay and I don't know if she wants me to stay, or, oh, I don't want to stay. Because there's moms that want to stay and then there's moms who would rather die than stay. So I think throwing that out there makes it less awkward.
Yeah.
Right? That's like my pro tip for doing it. I don't know. I'm like,
I think these are tough.
stay if
That's
you
a
want.
tough one.
Let me know.
These are two tough topics.
I know.
guys. I'm feeling like
The third topic
stressed.
is not any easier.
Oh God. What the hell?
Okay,
That
I'm going to
topic?
give credit to my mother-in-law. Thank you, Gina, for flagging this topic. So she texted me this topic this week, actually. Maybe it was last week. And she was like, this could be a good mom's night out topic. So it was communal kid discipline. And The Atlantic put out an article. I know. And actually, I was going to say this when I got there, but like to each other, that's off the table with what we're about to talk about, to each other's children. So The Atlantic put out an article questioning whether we should go back to this idea of communal kid discipline. And the author had been on a vacation in Prague with her 4 and 6-year-old. And an older, more mature woman around the age of 70 on the train, her 4-year-old had her foot up on the seat of the train and she corrected her child. So the 70-year-old woman corrected her child and she was like, and the child immediately snapped to, found her manners again and like so on. And the mom was like, that actually was like really nice.
That worked.
How come more people don't do this back in the States? And so she like did this huge, went in down a rabbit hole basically to uncover that does exist in some pockets in the US, but it's mostly like, it's in areas where they have more expat communities, which makes sense. But it's not something we're seeing, and I would agree. I don't see a lot. Okay, so that's why I'm like,
I think people up here would get mad if they'd be like, "Don't talk to my kid."
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about that?
People, I think I like it. I like that. However, I agree with you. If there's a lot of people, if you were out and your kid was misbehaving, and somebody told your kid to like be in line and listen to your parents, the parents
specifically in Massachusetts,
I think they would be very offended.
They'd be like, don't talk to my kid like that.
Yeah.
They'd be like, your kid's a dickhead right now. And they'd be like, huh?
Maybe.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny. I didn't think of this until you just told that story. My brother was recently visiting and my kids were just like maniacs because they were excited and they weren't listening to me. And my brother was like, hey, snap, snap.
Yeah.
You better listen to your mom. And they were like, to your point, just like that story you told, they were like, boop.
That's how I thought this was. Because if you or you are like, we're together, it's like, and you tell my kids to do something, they're like,
no, we do that with each other.
That
we're
too.
comfortable with our kids.
Yes.
And it's only when it's like super warranted. We're like, hey, no.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I was with
I
don't know if I was with a new friend or somebody I just met. I don't necessarily know if I would correct their child, only because I think right now I'm always afraid that parent would be like, oh,
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
I agree.
You can't tell my child what to do. I'd be like, okay, well, your child was like hanging from the chandelier or picking on my other kid. Like,
I agree. By the way, I wouldn't be mad if a new friend did that to my children. I'd be like, have at it. Like, you tell
I'd be
them,
like,
girl.
Parent them. Thank you.
Agree.
But not everyone has that mindset.
I would say though, so I was also going to ask you guys to reflect on this.
Yeah.
But we're talking about it now tonight. So, but I mean, like I was thinking about it. I feel like I have done it in situations where maybe a situation was like rising, where like it's 2 kids and they're putting their hands on each other and they were not my 2 kids. Like, and you're witnessing it at the park, for example.
Yeah.
Or at a play date.
I've done that.
And you're like, hey, like nice hands or whatever you're going to say.
And then you're looking around
and the
like,
kid is like, oh.
You're like, where
who
the
are
hell
you?
is your mom?
Yeah. Or like I have this one memory of a kid on vacation who was like being a royal jerk, and this other dad, we weren't even like we were just in like little, it was like Brooks and like he had a little child too, and this like splash pad, and like 7-year-olds came over and was like destroying the little kids, and I was like, hey. But like,
and the dad had your back. The other dad had your back.
Yeah, like so the 2 of us were like, "Where's your mother?"
Okay, I had that just happen at hockey. I was telling you guys, I had this little kid picking on my little 4-year-old at hockey, and by the way, his dad was full watching and like saying nothing, and I was like kind of like talking to myself but out loud, and like I'm like, is anyone gonna have my back here? And this one dad was here, and he's like, yeah, what the heck is up with that kid? And it was funny. The kid came with his stick to like hit one of my kids, and the dad jumped over the bench, grabbed his stick, and was like, hey, like, so he kind of did that for me. And I was, by the way, the dad was standing right there doing nothing. I was so appreciative of that dad like stepping in.
Yeah.
Because I was like, am I crazy? And so I do think like it's definitely warranted. And in certain scenarios, like hitting, touching, being safe, like I do think you can
I would love to
absolutely
go back
jump
to
right
that.
in.
Like we should be able to be a community.
I agree.
We're all trying to raise the future of America.
I mean, think about adults. Like if anyone says anything to anyone these days,
No, they get
even when people are behaving badly, people are like, what? You
I
can't
know.
talk to me like that. And I'm like, we should put people behaving badly in their place.
I
Don't you
agree.
think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, our communities are like falling to shit.
But you're right. Yeah, you can't.
Communal
you
kid
can't call them-
discipline. I love that term.
Or grown up.
Grown up
Discipline. Hey.
Well,
Yeah.
It's called don't be a dick, dude.
if we
Truly.
if we start that, we'll see what happens.
No.
We'll have a black eye tomorrow. Somebody will punch us.
No, I think if you like, I think that there's a time and a place for this.
Agree.
And I think that it's nice. And I'm going to start it.
I love
going
it.
forward. I hope you
like
guys
it.
do too.
People will be like, oh, look
Here
out.
they
There's
come.
Jenny from
Here
Mom's
they
Night
come.
Out. She's going to yell at your kid.
No, I'm not yelling at kids. I'm just giving short corrections.
No, I love it.
Short corrections.
I love it.
I like that.
Please
And I
feel
want
free.
people to do that to my kid if
Me
they
too.
see
Me
them
too. Like
climbing
I
up a
want my
fence.
kids. I would
Me
rather
too.
have. I'm like, yes, I want people to actually
But
direct my children.
But I think that's like also like how you find your people, right? Back to friendships. It's like, okay, like the people that parent similar to you.
yes,
Yeah.
You're like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
And I also remember like when we were all first becoming friends, like there were things that I watched you both do that I admired. Like where I was like, oh, I was like, okay, I like how she handled that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She yelled
I
at
know
her
what you
child, put him in a corner for a timeout, and didn't let them leave for 10
I'm like,
minutes.
I like her.
Great.
She doesn't take any shit from her kid. But do you know what I mean? Or like I actually remember you like giving me a compliment one time and you're like, hey, I liked how you like stayed calm when your kid was being a dick just now. And I was like, yeah, in a nicer way. Like you said it much more lovely and eloquently than I just said it.
Yeah.
But I really appreciated it because I think I felt like in the moment, I felt like a terrible mom. And I was like, wow,
Actually,
these people probably think I'm crazy.
No.
And instead you did the opposite. And you were like, hey, I'm taking notes. And I was like, you're taking notes from me? And I was like, oh. And it like gave me a boost of confidence.
Yeah.
I do love how that all kind of tied together. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you find, because I wouldn't want to be friends with somebody or on a play date with somebody who parents wildly different than I do.
No.
Or
That's
who's
very hard.
not parenting or letting their kid act like a jerk. I think it's hard to have friendships when you parent really differently.
Yeah.
Wow, we're really tying it all back together, huh?
Wow.
So to the friendship trio, maybe it's not working because you're a better parent than them.
Wow. I just was like, maybe I should be unprepared for every episode.
Mandy, I think
is new.
Mandy's going on vacation.
This is good.
We're gonna
Woo!
chugs the bottle of wine.
Oh, gosh.
All right, guys.
All right. That's
Happy
a wrap.
Wednesday and cheers.
night.
Hold on.
Oh, wait.
Don't forget to follow us on Spotify. I'm going to
Oh.
keep saying this. Please, we have so many Instagram followers. Our Instagram following is growing. It's insane.
Like.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Just follow us on Spotify. Listen to our episodes.
Buy a hat.
Buy a hat.
We
Does
have to
anyone
do-
want hats?
You know what we have to do? We should do like some sort of give us a 5-star review / giveaway thing.
I know. Should we do that?
It's a lot of effort. Maybe in the
Okay,
next
no,
few
we're
weeks.
going to do it. But if you send us a screenshot of your 5-star review, we'll pick like a couple people to get a hat. Like
You
summer's
get a
coming.
hat. You get a hat. You get a hat.
Guys, I get so many compliments on that
Me
hat
too.
wherever I wear it.
I wear it everywhere, and the best compliments are always from the men. And
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's a mom's night out, huh?
That's cool. I'm like, it is. Yeah,
Sure is.
sure is.
All right. Happy Wednesday.
guys.
Cheers.
Good night.
Bye.